topic, he could make a script for me. All that I would tell him, I want for 400 words or 600 words, he would make. In fact, once I was invited at Yuvavani, All India Radio in Calcutta, and it had to be in Bengali. And the topic was blue films. And again, I went to Tarun, who gave me Swami Vivekananda's script. He also gave me a script for blue films, and I was successful. And I did a good job of that. And that challenge continued. Even in my professional career, for some topics which was my cup of tea, I was knowing I could teach, I could do. But something out of the box, when they used to ask me, it was not my cup of tea. It was only when I came to Toastmasters in 2015 and I was supposed to give my icebreaker speech. Again, I went to my mentor. Sir, give me the script. He said, no. My mentor was Vincent. He said, no, Milvin, you have to make your own script. I was shell shocked. I didn't know what to do. So he gave me a pointers. It is your story. Pick up a couple of topics and just make it, write it down. I will be there to guide you. I wrote it. Then he said, no, this topic is good. It's closer to your heart. But this is not what your personal biography. So I want you to write something else and keep that for next project. So that is how he mentored me to write script. And gradually I have been improving it. And once you have your own script, it becomes easy also to recall and address it in public. Because then you become natural. So that is one area which I liked in Toastmasters. Of course, the fear of public speaking has been a challenge, but that I had overcome. There's one more challenge. After a while, in your own Toastmaster club, you become acclimatized with the friends and atmosphere. But whenever you go to other club or when you go for a contest, again, that butterfly starts flying in your stomach. So that is also one area. So I started going to other clubs. I started becoming comfortable in various areas. Thereafter, I started attending public seminars and on my own started asking for volunteering for public speakers as a public speaking assignment. A couple of them agreed to me and they gave me offers. Thanks to Toastmasters, I have been successful. So Toastmaster for me has not only helped me to overcome the public speaking skills, but also helped me to think and start writing my own script. I became a storyteller because once I realized if I am the storyteller of my own story, whatever it becomes very natural and it becomes authentic and it becomes very convincing to the audience. So that is the magic of Toastmasters. So, friends, all of you, now New Year is around the corner. Those who have already made their New Year resolution, just check whether public speaking is one of them. If not, you may add it in case that is a area where you feel that is not your cup of tea. Because unless a resolution has to be something which is difficult but not impossible. And we have Toastmasters for that. So make a point to add and don't make it as a New Year resolution. Make it as a resolution for 2021 because New Year is over in first 3 weeks and then you'll forget. So don't make New Year, say resolution for 2021 public speaking and come with us. Now is the time to take in our Toastmasters meeting. We also have a lot of fun and laughter, as the founder of Toastmaster highlighted, that learnings can be done very comfortably when there's a fun atmosphere. And today, to regale us, we have one more Toastmaster who will be acting as our joke master. Before he joined Toastmasters, he used to always shun attending family functions. He also resented meeting strangers because he never felt comfortable attending to strangers or even family members as he didn't know what to talk, what should be the conversation point. However, when he joined the Toastmasters, he transformed himself and he now enjoys the company of strangers and get into smooth conversation with them effortlessly. His hobby are running long distance, listening to audiobooks, meditation, and attending Toastmasters meeting. He's a member of two Toastmasters Club, our own Toastmasters Club, Speech Weavers Toastmaster Club, and Bangalore Toastmasters. He was a President Distinguished Club mentor. He has been President Distinguished Club President twice and Vice President Education twice at our club, Speech Weavers Toastmasters. And he has taken various other roles. Currently, he is serving as an area director for Area B1. So please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Srinu Babu, who is our joke master.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you so much for your kind introduction. Good evening, rising Toastmasters and brilliant guests, especially our today keynote speaker, Danya. So I will try to cut the joke. Laughter is 100% guarantee. Why I will tell you. If joke is good, you laugh at the joke. Otherwise, you laugh at me. Okay, I will start my joke. Are you able to see my screen? Okay, so there are group of tourism people. They are enjoying the scenery, and they are visiting the crocodile farm, and they are moving from in the river one bank to another bank. The structure, the floating structure, it is reached in between the river. Suddenly, the owner of the crocodile farm announced, "Whoever jumps in this water, there will be a reward of $10 million." That's it. All tourists became pin drop silent. But one man jumped into that water. And that's it. All the crocodile hunting that person, somehow with a great difficulty and great luck, that person reached the shore. As this owner announced, he shouted in that floating structure, "We have a winner! Congratulations!" And evening there is a party. As the owner promised, he given the money, and both wife and husband going back to the hotel. Then the man said to wife, "Darling, really I didn't jump into the river. Someone pushed me." Then the wife said, "Yeah, it was me." So the moral of the story, every great successful person man, there will be a woman with a gentle push. It is not hurt to any man or woman, just to laugh. That's it. Over to you, President.
Now it's time to hand over the session to our MC for the day. MC of the day or the Toastmaster of the day. She is a graduate in Bachelor of Computer Application. However, she has an inclination towards teaching. And that's why for the last 9 years, she has been in education sector. She has realized that Toastmaster is a place that has no boundaries to learn and excel with persistence. So please join me in welcoming the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashwini.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for such a wonderful introduction. Good evening, Toastmasters, distinguished guests. Toastmaster International. So, here I am as the TMOD of the day. It's my responsibility to let all of us revisit and to know what is Toastmasters International. So we definitely know about it, but it's very important for us to know again and for the guests to know what it is exactly, right? So let's start with that, with 5 Ws. So we all know the 5 W theory, that is what, why, who, when, where. So through that, I'll take you through understanding what is Toastmasters International. The first question is what? What is Toastmasters International? Yes, it is a non-profit educational organization that operates clubs worldwide. Non-profit organization. Why Toastmasters required? Yes, for the purpose of helping members improve their communication skills, public speaking skills, and leadership skills. Now, who invented this? It was founded by Ralph C. Smedley. Ralph C. Smedley. And when was this founded? On October 22nd, 1924. Where? At the YMCA in Santa Ana, California, United States. I hope now you all remember the 5 Ws. Today, our membership is 3,64,000 strong. These members improve their speaking skills, leadership skills, public speaking skills, and learn to communicate effectively with others.
I think the connectivity is lost.
What do we do in these clubs? There are three basic parts for these Toastmasters meeting. So we can categorize the meeting into three parts. The first one is the prepared speeches. The second one is the table topics, and the third part of is the evaluations. Now, what happens in the prepared speeches? In the prepared speeches, the speakers, based on the pathways that has been selected by them, they come prepared with a particular speech and they deliver the speech. Now, table topic section. Now, that's the most interesting section of the Toastmasters meeting because that gives an opportunity to all the guests, all the participants to speak instantly on a topic that is unknown. So it gives them 1 to 2 minutes to speak about the given topic. Isn't it so wonderful? Now, the third section is evaluation. all all the speakers who had given their speeches based on their pathways and the table topics participants will be evaluated on a given set of guidelines and will be given a constructive feedback so that they can work upon and improve on their speaking skills. So this is about the evaluation section. Now the evaluation part is headed by the general evaluator, which who in his team will have the tag team. When I say the tag team, T for the timer, who counts on the time that has been allotted for various speeches, table topics, and the evaluation. A for the R counter, and G for grammarian, and a listener. They are the part of tag team who is headed by the general evaluator. Now, before I get started with the general, introducing you all with the general evaluator, I think it's time for us to throw some light on today's theme, the power within you. Yes, if knowledge is power, then the knowledge of self is empowerment. I'm sure each one of you sitting here have encountered that power within you at some moment of your life and then realized in silence, bravo, man, I never thought I could do this. Amidst, amidst those challenging circumstances, amidst those people who said, you will regret doing this, but you did it and you knew it. Now that's what I call the power within you. Now, when I think deep down my memory lane, when did I figure out that I too had this power? Yes, that was in my high school days. Let me tell you, I was a below average student sitting right in the first row. Now, because at those times we were supposed to sit according to our height, so it was it was definitely no option but to sit in the first bench. And yes, I was the first one to be asked any question from all the teachers. Okay, now you tell me what is the answer. And obviously, I didn't know the answer. Every time I stand, bend my head, and sit down. I thought, I am good for nothing, and this studies is not my cup of tea at all. Why did my dad put me to this school? Why am I supposed to come here every day and put my head down? That actually made me go lose my confidence. But one day something happened, and that was the day I realized I had a power. Now, it was a workshop where they came and they said how to improve on your memory skills. They wrote A to Z on the board, and for every alphabet, they had written a word next to it that was a pronoun or a noun or an object or name of anything, verb. We were supposed to remember those words in the order of A to Z. Most of my friends attempted to answer, but they gave up. They could not tell those words in order. I said, let me make a try. And you don't believe, the below average student who never answered any question in the class could get that right exactly in order. And I still remember and resonate those applauds even now. And that's when I realized I had a power within me. The only thing that we need to do is tap on that and rediscover again and again when we feel that there's something missing. All right, now with this note, let me welcome the general evaluator of the day. Now, before I call upon, I would like to give a brief introduction about the general evaluator. Perhaps when asked him, when did you realize the power within you? He said that was during his school days when he completed his schooling. He went to the, he completed his BSc engineering, and then he went on to do his MS post his marriage and 3 children. Now that was when he realized the power within him. So his experience of 41 years serving both in India and Saudi Arabia, he joined Toastmasters a year ago, and he enjoys all the roles that he takes up, not only in this club, but across the clubs that he attends. I now call upon the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph. Over to you, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Ashwini, Toastmaster of the Day, for your wonderful introduction to me, to the club. Good evening, Toastmasters and distinguished Toastmasters, and my dear friends and distinguished guests. Today, my responsibility is to watch throughout the meeting and what it takes place, and also evaluate in general. To assist me in this regard, we have a team of people who are called timer, grammarian, hog counter, as well as listener also. Evaluating everything that takes place during the club meeting is my responsibility. Now I would like to ask the timer to explain his or her role. Over to timer Akash.
As a timer, my role is to keep all the role takers and speakers strictly aligned to their timeline. For helping you in keeping the timelines, I'll be showing following Zoom backgrounds when the speech or your role reaches the minimum required time for your role or speech. I'll show a green light to notify that. So it will look like this. When the speaker or role taker should be aware that your time is up soon, I'll show a yellow background to notify that. And when the speech or the role reaches the maximum allotted time for you, I'll show a red background light. So when you see this red background, you have some up to 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. So I'll for the table topics, the minimum required time is 1 minute, and I'll show a yellow light at 1 minute 30 seconds, and 2 minute I'll start showing a red light. So within 2 minutes 30 seconds, you'll have to wrap up your speech. Otherwise, it will be considered as disqualified. So I'll present you with the timer report at the end when I'm called upon. Till then, please enjoy the meeting. Back to you,
Thank
General
you,
Evaluator.
Master Akash, for your introduction in detail. Now I'll call upon the counter, Toastmaster Srinu Babu. Sorry, I think
Sorry, Joseph,
Toastmaster
sir.
Veenu. Toastmaster
Yes.
Veenu.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, friends and guests. My role as an accounter is to note down the usage of unnecessary filler words such as so basically, and repetitive words. These filler words will affect your effectiveness in delivering your speech. At the end of the meeting, I will be sharing my report on this virtual background to you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veenu, for your detailed explanation. Now I would like to call the grammarian, Toastmaster Srinu Babu, to give the role explanation.
Once again, good evening.
Toastmaster Srinu Babu, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Once again, good evening, rising Toastmasters and brilliant guests. Today, I'm the grammarian. As a grammarian, I will be noting down your good usages and not so good usages. Why we need this? Grammar is the backbone for any language, and English is not our mother tongue. So always there will be an area of improvements. So, and from area of improvements, not only area of improvements, all the good uses also we will highlight. Let's learn together. Not just that, and there will be a word of the day called veneration. Okay, I just pinged in the chat window. Meaning is great respect. If you want to use in a sentence, example, my deepest veneration to outgoing club officers for their greatest commitment in last 6 months. All the best for the upcoming rousing club officers. Before signing off, I would like to listen word of the day. Can you everyone say veneration? Can everyone say veneration?
Veneration.
Veneration.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Veneration.
Please use in your speech while speaking. Thank you so much. Over to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srinu Babu, for the very, very wonderful explanation on that one. And the veneration is also really a great word to choose today. Now I will ask Toastmaster Vandana, who is the listener, to explain her role. Toastmaster Vandana.
Mayur, go ahead.
Okay. So as a listener got switched, I am taking listener role. Good evening, Toastmaster and guest. Good evening, Toastmaster and guest. As a listener of the day, I will be taking notes throughout the meeting from the start and till the end. And I will be giving you some exciting question, whether you were attending meeting and listening properly or not. So why do we have to listen properly? Many people speak a lot. You have seen your friends, family, colleague, all of them. Some people speak a lot, but they don't listen. What they miss? They miss the content what we are saying. Only their opinions are they think their opinions are matter and others not. So we have to listen properly, and to be a good leader, you have to listen everyone carefully, so you will understand what's going in your team or in your life. So as a listen word contain the same letter as the word silent. So to listen properly, you have to be keep silent as well. So sit tight and hold. Use your both ear properly to listen, and I will be taking some question in the end when general evaluator calls upon. Over to you, G. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayur, for your detailed explanation. Now I think it is the time for me to hand over the screen to Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ashwini, over to you. Toastmaster Ashwini.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Thank you to your team. So it's now time for us to get into the table topic session. Usually we all know it was supposed to be the speakers, but today we have a special guest amongst us, and hence we're going to the table topic session, the most entertaining session of the day. Now, the table topics master, when asked what was your moment when you realized the power within you, she said she did till her graduation in the regional language. And it was time for her to come out of the fear for the language English, and she did her MBA in English medium. That was when she realized the power within her that she can do it. She is a Montessori teacher who is currently doing the phonics video for the YouTube channels. Here I welcome Toastmaster Sushma as the table topics master. Toastmaster Sushma, over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished Toastmaster, dear guest. This evening, I would be playing a role of table topic master. Table topics are impromptu speeches. Table topics helps members develop their ability to think and organize their thoughts quickly and respond to an impromptu topic. Not only thinking and organizing, it greatly helps in communication, listening, and delivering skills. It boosts self-confidence, in turn, which would help in communicating confidently in all the forums, be it in an interview or dealing with somebody, or we may have to deal with any issue. Table topics that I have prepared will hopefully help all of us become better at improvisation. Toastmasters try and provide giving an opportunity to maximum audience members. This table topic session is not limited to members alone. The guests can participate. I hope everyone gives this a shot. I may randomly call anyone to participate. Please note you are required to speak for a minimum of 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes. Our timer today will help you know the time used with timer background. It will turn green at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red when you have reached maximum time. Over to Toastmasters of the day. Shall I continue?
No, you have to take up the topics.
Yes, sir. Here are the topics. The first table topic goes to Toastmaster Lavanya Manjunath. Here is the table topic. Who motivates you the most? Power within you or outside factors? One more time, I repeat. Who motivates you the most? Power within you or outside factors? Toastmaster Lavanya Manjunath.
Lavanya, you are muted.
Yeah. I was muted. So sorry. Good evening, Toastmasters. My name is Lavanya Manjunath, and I am a Toastmaster from Bangalore Storytellers. I've been in Toastmasters since from 2 years. And in all these 2 years, what I have realized is the power always comes from me. Because in these 2 years of up and downs of Toastmaster journey, some days were like where I was a roller coaster and I was giving speeches on, and just some months were just I was just muted. So somewhere the personal growth which I wanted and which I seeked in Toastmaster literally kicked me and told Lavanya, it's today. Because see, sometimes when you see there is like delicious food in front of you on the table, you tend to eat a bit more because somewhere in your heart it tells a deepest desire, tells that just one more fries, please. So that's how you go to one more fries. So if I can eat one more fries, and I can also do one more speech. So with that attitude and with such, sometimes I feel I have this rad attitude to go ahead and take life decisions, that always the motivations comes from me because I have an urge to grow each and every day. And that's what I respect about myself too. And the whole Toastmaster community in general will actually aid this efforts of mine. So with that, I will tell I am the biggest motivator of myself. Over to you, the table topic master.
No, that was wonderful. Yes, I completely agree with you. Now we move on to second table topic, which goes to Asha, Asha, the guest. Asha, are you there?
Yeah, she's there, very much there. She's ready. Go ahead.
You have the power to transform the society. I repeat, you have the power to transform the society.
I think I got this opportunity at the right time, because I really feel that each individual can do something to improve the society, improve our surroundings. Because when I think, I ask my friends if they can join in to help me change the world. So each one of them have the feeling, what can one person do? What can one person do? It is several drops of water that makes an ocean. So they don't, even that drop counts. So we should realize that even one person can do a lot of change if required. See, we should believe that we can make ripples if we cannot make waves. At least we can make ripples. And I'm sure it's a very good example we have here is Dhanya. I know her personally. I know the amount of work she does. And if one person can do this, if all of us gets together, what all can we achieve? So I definitely believe that one person is sufficient to cause at least a ripple, if not a wave. Thank you.
Yes, Asha. Yes, when you have to change the society, it is everyone's responsibility. I completely agree with you. Now the third topic, absolute power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. The topic goes to Harsh, Toastmaster Harsh. Toastmaster Harsh?
Yes, Susma. Okay.
Absolute power corrupts.
It is always said that great men are always the bad men. Whenever a power is given to a person or any individual, he is entitled to make a decision, and that decision can be good, can be both It can be a very good decision, or it can be an evil. So it will always have a two perspective. Okay. So whenever an absolute power is given to a person, that can also corrupt that particular person. So whenever he's making some decisions, so it might be a very good decisions for some, but some might not get the good benefit out of that particular decision. So power always tends to corruption. So it should not be something like the absolute power should not be given to anybody, at least from my point of view. It should be at least given to a group of people who will always, it might be a decision, like they will be acting as advisory maybe. But whenever an absolute power is given to an person, that it will always leads to the corruption. uh, for example, it can be a politician, it can be anybody, I think. Over to you, Susma.
Yes. Yes, it is awesome. Absolute power always corrupts. When it is in one hand, it becomes a monopoly.
Right.
Now we move on to another topic. Knowledge is power, ignorance is bliss. Which is correct? Topic goes to Toastmaster Vinu. Toastmaster Vinu.
I think we lost him.
Hello.
Yeah, knowledge
Yes,
is
Sushma.
power. Knowledge is power. Ignorance is bliss. Which is correct?
According to me, knowledge is power, which I believe it is correct. Because if you don't have anything, if you have knowledge, you can survive anywhere in the world. So, according to me, for even from childhood, it is a parent's responsibility to give them the good knowledge, and it will definitely help them in their future. So without knowledge, uh, if they're coming up in this society, it will be very difficult for them. And ignorance is definitely a bliss. Uh, that's all, Sushma.
Yes. Knowledge has always power, which helps to change the society as well. Yes, it's an awesome. Nice attempt, Toastmaster Vinu. We move on to another topic. You become what you believe. I repeat, you become what you believe. The topic goes to Toastmaster Akash. Toastmaster Akash.
Can you repeat the topic once?
Yeah, you become what you believe. I have put it in the chat box. You become what you believe.
Akash, do you want me to time you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you please?
I will type green. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For me, cycling 4 kilometer distance was a hard thing to do. I by being inspired by my brother, I bought a cycle when I was in my final year of MTech, and I started cycling, and there was lot of I after I joined my professional life, every morning I used to wake up early in the morning and just try to go for a cycling track which is just like nearby to my place. I kept on doing that, and one day I was able to go for a meetup which took me I was able to ride total of 70 kilometers in just first half of the day. Like I started at 5:30 in the morning, and by 12 noon I was able to be back to home. And yeah, it was a pretty good feeling, and I believe if we believe, we can do what we want. Thank you. Over to you, Sushma.
Okay. It was a nice attempt, Toastmaster Akash. Yes, you become what you believe, and you tried it. Move on to another topic. No pain, no gain. I repeat, no pain, no gain. Topic goes to guest Alfonso.
Hi all. Good evening. Like no pain, no gain. If we don't struggle in our life, we will not achieve what we want. And life is not so easy. And they say like when you struggle in life, you do good. And if you dream for something, then you need to work hard. And where there is pain, you do get also as in rewards. That's it. Thank you.
It was a nice attempt, Alfonso. Yes, no pain, no gain, which we believe, everyone believes in that. Move on to another topic. Actions speak louder than words. I repeat, actions speak louder than words. Topic goes to Niveda Maria. Niveda Maria.
Hello everyone, good evening. So can I have the topic again, please? Can you repeat?
Yeah, actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words.
Okay, so every one of us can. It's easy for us to just speak rather than do it. So only. But just by words, it is not. We can do it by words, but actions are the ones which show that our words can become true. So it's just in our hands whether to have it in our words, or we can make it and bring it to actions. So yeah, so actions speak louder than words, and actions they reach to people, and people get inspired by our actions, not than being inspired by words. So thank you.
Well said, Niveda. Action always reaches people. Well said. Now we move on to another topic. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book. Yes.
1 second, Sushma. Are you all in time?
Sir, we have time. Okay. We have time. Okay.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Topic goes to Jasmine. Guess Jasmine. Guess Jasmine, are you there?
Okay, we can try Muni or Sheetal, who was there.
Okay. Topic goes to Sheetal.
Oh, Sheetal has dropped.
Sheetal.
No, she has dropped. Okay. Then that's Muni is there.
Is Surendra there? Is Surendra there?
No. Muni is there.
Muni. Okay. The topic goes, don't judge a book by its cover, goes to Muni. Guess.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, like the topic, most of time people will get judged by their appearance, because the first is appearance makes the impression, right? So most of the time when we judge about anybody, I think we need to know about him, who is he, what he does. So lot of lot of background work we need to judge anybody. So that's what my thought on, before judging anything, we need to do some background work to to judge. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That well said, Muni. Nice attempt. We move on to next topic. Good things come those who wait. Good things come those who wait. Topic goes to Toastmaster Vandana. Toastmaster Vandana.
I finished my BCom. Now what do I do? And my friend Ashwati tells, I'm going to do my MBA. I'm going to write CAT and get the best score and join IIM. So I'm like, okay then, I'll also do MBA. I did my MBA, not from the best school. My CAT score was almost 0. And 2 years of studying, or more like unlimited Wi-Fi. And I waited for the job to come because I thought, okay, no more exams. I need to start working so that I can enjoy life. And then life started. Mortgage for 7 years, day in and day out. And I waited for my dream job to happen. It didn't. So I quit. I started drawing. And then one day, I did a UX design course, but I was still nervous. So I joined Toastmasters, which brought the best in me. I attended webinars related to UX. And finally, the opportunity came to my inbox in LinkedIn. I waited. But will I be a good UX designer? Yes, I'm curious. I'm a great problem solver. I take initiative. I'm a good listener. I ask great questions. And I'm always curious to learn about new things, new services, finding faults, and appreciating the great stuff. So I waited, and it came to me. Today, I'm 2 months in as a UX designer. I struggled a lot with motherhood, but I've come to a point where I enjoy it. I think sometimes you wait to find the magic in everything that you struggle for. And you just have to be patient. I struggled with club officer roles in Toastmasters, but now it's become more like a language, something that's easy, and I love to even share my experiences, hoping the newcomers will shine brighter than all of us who experienced all the magic in this last term. So wishing everyone who waited to bring out the best in yourselves. Over to you.
Yes. Wonderful, Vandana. Good things happened with you. You waited after so long time. Yes. Move on to next topic. Better late than ever. Better late than ever. Topic goes to Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushma. Better late than never. Have you ever felt that you had a dream and then you didn't go behind it? and you're now too old for it? Hey, New Seth, everybody goes through it. And the people who feel contented at the end of the day are those who pursue it and don't think that it's too late. Come on, look at myself as a hobbyist. I was staying in JP Nagar for a long number of years in a rented place, and there was absolutely no garden space where I could garden anything. And I really didn't have, I gradually lost interest and I didn't have hopes of finding a place. And then when I shifted back to our own house, there was ample space for gardening. And I thought, okay, now everybody knows gardening. I don't know ins and outs of it. Should I learn and should I start now? And I was about to give up on it, but I started getting more inspired looking at the gardens around my house. And I said, let me give it a try. And today I can say that my garden is one of the prettiest ones in my neighborhood. All because I thought it's better late than never. And it applies to anybody in any field in life. If you want to be successful in your career, why do you have to think that it's time is over? Think that the time is right now and go ahead and pursue it. Better late than never. Toastmaster Sushma.
Yeah. Yes, Deepa, you have given the wonderful example to say better late than ever. Move on to next topic. What life lesson did you learn the hard way? I repeat, what life lesson did you learn the hard way? The topic goes to Distinguished Toastmaster Milind Kulabkar.
Sushma, I would
Yes,
request our speaker to say, Toastmaster Dhania.
Okay.
Okay. Give the same topic to her, pass it over to her. I want to hear her. Dhania, over to you.
Can you just repeat the question?
Danya Ravi. Okay. The topic goes to Danya Ravi. Toastmaster Danya Ravi, are you there?
I'm here, ma'am. Can you just repeat the question?
What life lesson did you learn the hard way? What life lesson did you learn the hard way?
Everything. The life itself is a very hard way, I would say, and everything has been very hard. But I feel it's worth enjoying those experiences. Anything, whatever we experience, it's not going to be easy. It has its own time. Like we have been hearing through all the session, sometimes waiting and the long wait, the magic, everything happens through the hard and through the long, and it's beautiful for it. I feel for me, the longest or the hardest was to love myself, was to accept myself, and to see my life liberating. So that has been one of the spaces that I feel it was very hard, but the magic truly happened from then.
Wow, Danya. Wow, that's a wonderful example, like very inspiring. Okay, we have another topic. If you had to teach something, what would you teach? If you had to teach something, what would you teach? Any volunteer or sir, would you like to take Milind sir?
Joseph sir can take.
Anyone, sir, anyone. Joseph sir, would you like to take this topic?
Sir, you are muted. Please unmute yourself.
Sir.
What is that topic, please?
Yes, sir. If you had to teach something, what would you teach?
Yeah, it is always like this. Life teaches everything every time. So one has to teach someone, first of all, the civic sense, which is very important nowadays in this world. And also discipline. Discipline makes a person in a very elevated situations where he can rise up, because without discipline, he is no more. Like that, we can mention so many things that one has to give to someone who is in the wrong path. You have to train them in such a way. No, in your life, you have to be careful in your attempt. You have to work hard to success. You have to be disciplined to see that you get your place in a better way. If you are not well disciplined, you are not going to be a part of the society. The society hates indisciplined people at all the time. So you have to mention that teach the people, youngsters or elders or those who are learner or non-learners, everybody has somewhere or something they go wrong. So one has to teach them the right path, put them in the right direction so that in their life they will try to lessen their mistakes, understand their failures, and finally reach their goal for which they are longing. There are many people who do not know. They have their aim, they have their try to reach their goal, but they fail because in life they have not learned something, some obstacles how to cross. This is a very important thing that you gave me a question in such a way that is really a great question, and that this is the answer for it. Everybody who has to learn something in their life to achieve their goal, and that is what the teaching is to be done, one to the other. Over to you, Sushma.
Yes, sir. You have emphasized on many things which are very important to take the journey of life to go through smoothly. With this, we close the table topic session. Over to Toastmaster of the day, Ashwini.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Can we have a big round of applause for the Table Topics Master, Sushma, for such an intellectual table topic session? Thank you once again. It's now time for the guest speech. And here we have with us Dhanya Ravi, the unbroken spirit. Dhanya was born in Bengaluru, November 1989. Her parents were unable to figure out why she was crying all the time, even after 56th day of her naming ceremony. Finally, the doctors realized that the baby is suffering from osteogenesis imperfecta. In common language, it is brittle bones. The verdict was clear. She would never be able to lead a normal life. Even a simple act of sneezing or coughing would trigger a fracture. Mainstream schooling was not an option, and hence she did homeschooling till her high school. Completed her preparatory from IGNOU University. She also did her online novel writing certification from Climber Knowledge and Careers Private Limited. When she realized her higher sense of purpose, she played a major role in creating awareness. Awareness about the disease through public speaking, news shows, interview, and content writing. For her efforts, Dhanya was conferred National Award in 2018 in the Role Model category, Brave Bengal Award in 2012, Annual Inspired Indian Foundation Award in 2014. With great veneration, I would now call upon Dhanya Ravi for her speech, How Self-Love Helped Me Nurture My Life. How self-love helped me nurture my life. Over to you, Dhanya Ravi.
Thank you so much. It's so heartwarming to be back to this group and connect with all of you once again. And it's truly a huge surprise to see some of my friends also part of this session. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm not a Toastmaster, so rather I would just share what I feel, just about my experience, about how my life is and how self-love helped me nurture my life. So how do you feel when someone dear to you in all their love hug you tight? Warm, soft, and emotional, romantic. But what if they broke your bones through this act? Welcome to my world. This divine design of mine is because of my fragile bones. Like Vandana said, more than 200 fractures I went through until my teenage. I realized breaking bones has been a forte. Before I continue with my story, I want to share with you about an article I recently read of a boy who was serving in the Indian Navy. During his work schedule, he met with an accident which left him paraplegic with speech impairment. The sentence in the article which struck me was, there is a fair deal of difference between being disabled by birth and contracting a disability midlife. Why was I stuck with this line? It is because I believe disability or any sort of difference in our journey at any point is the same. A person born with a disability is still a human, and maybe in the mid of life, if a person become disability, it's also the same. They all aspire to nurture his or her life just like another able person, or they are meant to be. The limitation we face because of a disability is the same at any point in time. When I'm addressing this talk among Toastmasters or the guests today, who have had and shared lots of stories and life experience, all I wanted to reflect now is on how we all can rise from setbacks. Being a person born with this condition, commonly known as brittle bone disease, my life wasn't and is a bed of roses. I've been facing challenges in various situations. My life started when doctors and technology failed to diagnose my condition. Growing up with bowed legs, shortened height, and rolling on my BMW, which I call it for my wheelchair, every moment is challenging. From education to my workspace, it was stigmatized. I was homeschooled until 10th grade because mainstream educational institution denied admission because of my disability. Let me tell each one of you how I am here, regardless of what I went through. Environmental stigma is much more than the disability disgrace. If I never faced my pain, or if I had gone with the beliefs of what other people told me or labeled upon me, I would have never loved my life as much as I do now. Lesson brilliantly learned is that I learned to prioritize. It is my fracture, it is my struggle towards education, work, and self motivation that made my journey more compelling. During the uncertainties, I had to be on track with the determination to nurture my personal life with liberation and not with a curse or hatred. Today, my humble experience in society and my struggle to be independent taught me that our biggest strength is to be vulnerable with trusted people. This is something a society denies even today. It is only through challenges we grow, and the uncertainties in life are just a lesson for us to learn and grow. Over a billion people live with some form of disability. I believe that when we all join hands together, who experience darkness. If we fail to embrace this life of ours, no matter how dark or hard it is, then you lose the opportunity to become an unusual person you're meant to be. If I have rewired from my traumas and stigmas, let me tell each one of you that to reemerge from the shock and trauma of illness to a new version of yourself, all you have to do is believe in yourself. Have the willingness to work on yourself and learn to accept the way you are. That's when we can together be heard of who we are and not for how we are addressed to be. Thank you.
And let's give a standing ovation to her.
No, absolutely, it's absolutely fine. Thank you. No issues. You all listen to me. That's the standing ovation for me.
Thank you so much, Danya Ravi, for such a wonderful experience that you have shared and making us realize once again that there is power within us and we need to discover that. Now we have the question and answer segment. May I have Toastmaster Vandana?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Ashwini. I think I don't know what to say. That's how wonderfully emotional and moving what you spoke about is. Because all of us actually go through struggles. It is always self-doubt that kind of puts a pause on what we want to do and what we can do. But with this, I'd love to ask a few questions to Danya. Firstly, can you talk about your appreciation award from the WOW Foundation for your best musical album featuring differently abled singers, Olangan? How did this idea come? And can you talk about how you made it happen? Danya.
How do I made it happen? I have no clue. All I've done was I just got it started, and after that, what all happened is the magic between the participants, the music, and the the whole big beautiful team. One of the beautiful part of Olangal is that it's a musical cover by Ilayaraja's music, which is in Hindi, Tamil, and Malayalam. We clubbed all these three languages, regional languages together. We made it a 4-minute song with a fusion, focusing on the importance of inclusion and to embrace our abilities. That's the core meaning or the core purpose we humbly tried through this album. And another big, beautiful part is that all of them are part of India, abroad, Dubai, and USA, where we even show that anything that you wish to do, distance doesn't keep us as a barrier. Rather, it's an opportunity, especially in this pandemic. So that's the ultimate thing. And personally, music is something that I truly, truly love, and I find it as a healing medicine more than any scientific or science or whatever you call it as. Music is something that has been part of my journey all through my years, and it was something I wanted to give back to those people I really admire. And all these 5 participants are with different disabilities, and they are passionate singers. And what made this Olangal a great win is that the maestro himself agreed to upload this video on his YouTube channel, and it's beautiful and humbling to see and hear that the song has got more than 50,000 viewers so far in just 2-3 weeks of time. So that itself is a great blessing. And the award, a recognition, is more than a recognition. It's a big, big responsibility to my shoulders where I need to work more on myself, to the people around me. It's beautiful to be always be accepted. So for me, any reward, it means more of responsibility and acceptance.
Thank you, Danya. I think it's important to just give our best, maybe not even expecting. And then when something happens and you get recognized, I think it's even more overwhelming and so encouraging and challenging. What a wonderful answer. We have a question from our area director, Srinu Babu. It's 2020. So it's time to resolution. So he has to ask, what are the future miracles you are planning in your life?
I wish all the future miracles I plan comes on to a reality. So till today, none of my things have come down to a reality as such. Rather, I believe whatever our purpose in life will come on to us when the divine time comes, and all is needed is to be open to receive it. So for me, more than me planning, my planning and execution happens when the project is in my hand and not before that. I believe in vision, and let the 2021 bring out the miracles on its own, and I'm open to receive it.
Sorry, I was on mute. We have a question from our general evaluator, Joseph. He asks, why is self-love important?
Self-love is highly important to bring peace within us and to the people around us. I believe that a simple situation I can say, if we are angry within, we tend to be more angry to ourselves. We tend to forget the importance of our own life, our own journey, and more importantly, we are hurting the people around us. So, self-love within you or a love to another person, you don't need any reason. All you need to do is just keep loving, and the magic happens by then. I think today, if the sir is so enthusiastic at this beautiful age, is because of his love towards his job and more of his love to whatever he do, and that's the great magic.
Yeah, I think we do love others, but until we love ourselves, I think it's difficult to be able to love everyone fully. And I can see how your acceptance of self-love has helped you a great way. We have a lovely question from our VP Education, Deepa. Where does India stand in inclusion of the differently able, and how are pressure groups working towards the welfare of the differently able?
So for me, coming to this group, speaking even a hi is like, I think of Deepa, so the way she evaluate grammar is like too much and very beautiful and very critical. So for me, even to say a word of I think twice and talk. You have no idea about the courage I have today, because Deepa is on board. Yeah, she's a beautiful friend of mine. So for me, Deepa, for me, I feel any sort of inclusion, acceptance, diversity, everything has moved a way long. The country of what I was born is not the country what I'm living now. There is a huge difference that has come up. But now, what plays a major role is how we kind of handle the opportunities of what we have now. For example, in our Bangalore, there are a lot of employment opportunities and inclusive people they're welcoming in the mainstreams of workspace. Now, how many of the persons with disability from the rural part can join with this is where the real development happens. So I feel there is a beautiful change where I see persons with different disabilities working upon different streams, which I truly appreciate. But me being a disability evangelist on this space, there is a long way even to work more in terms of sensitizing within the community, spreading awareness and the importance of inclusion in every sector of work and family. The way of inclusions, the most beautiful part is you start to accept the differences in yourself and with the people around, and you start to give more respect and take respect. So there are so many beautiful things that we kind of win over with inclusion. So the reflecting part for each age group to come upon, I think more than 20 to 35 inclusion in every area in our India. Now I see a particular space of company or a particular city or very limited spaces, inclusion have been a boom, but on the other spaces it's still a struggling. So for me, I would say it is an inclusive India when I see when the urban and rural stay equal. So for that, we all play a big role in terms of bringing that change.
That's great, Danya. I believe, like in terms of facilities, for sure. I think we are I saw a few posts about an artist I follow. How her mother actually does not go out for the entire family. It's difficult because in terms of even physical access. Would you like to add to that about it in terms of?
Definitely. That's where I kind of said earlier, the sensitization and awareness needs to work upon. That is, there is a lot of stories that's a very wide subject, where I would say that because I've been coaching a lot of persons with disability and the parents, some parents are ready to do for the child no matter what they are, and some parent kind of ignore and keep the person towards the side, and the person feel traumatic, and lot of such instances. And accessibility is another fact. And in Bangalore, I think we have accessible Uber cabs and things of that sort. But again, if how many people of us can afford it? And maybe when I look up in a rural area, maybe in Karnataka itself, I see that they really are stuck within the family. They're not able to move around because of not being accessible. But now the COVID has played a beautiful role for persons with disability. The work from home opportunity has brought down a lot of beautiful opportunity for persons with disability. I would say I myself are living a beautiful life right now. The companies which never included options of work from home are welcoming persons with any ability to come forward. You just need to work no matter where you are. So that's how their attitude has come down to. So this has built giving a lot of opportunities. So there is again a lot of balance everywhere in anything what we do. Our mindset has to be resilient, and that's where the pain of what you saw is what I'm where I like to highlight upon. That some persons I see parents who big child or how grown up is, they take and go no matter what. But there are families who kind of put them aside because of the difficulties of his disability. So it's a mindset that plays a huge role, and the financial, how that also plays a. It's not that easy when you have a person with disability at home. The expense you carry is little huge.
I think in Toastmasters, in fact, we have something called moment of truth. So one of the factors that we look at is how how we also make note of people with any kind of disabilities. What do we do differently? It's something that I did not even know until we did that. So I think that's how Toastmasters looks at inclusiveness. And also to have you here speak about it, we felt the need that we all need to hear what you had to say. We have a compliment. Someone says your genuine smile will make them forget that there's depression. This person is none other than our next term VPPR, Vinu. He asked, what is your message for the people who are depressed? Mental health is important. So what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, mental health, that's just love. And see, there are many few things that it's not like one of my messages is going to create a miracle. No, especially a person who's in a depressive state of mind, it takes a huge effort for him. So for me, maybe I've grown up in a very hard space. My life is like, as I said, I'm a very self-taught person. So I never had anyone to pamper me or anything of that sort. I had to find my own way. I had to be romantic with myself. I had to be very hard to myself. So these are something that I done it myself, and this is the kind of message I kind of share. As I see Asha ma'am, she's a very strong woman. For instance, I kind of mental health, when I hear the word, I know the kind of things that she's going through and she's went through, and ever beautifully, and she smiles and shares that this is life and I'm quite okay with it. That's a way of self-love and acceptance. So for me, any person who I'm also a person who has a limit physical limitation, and I've gone through all these traumas. So ultimately, what I really believe is that any illness you have, whether it is something to do with emotional, mental, or physical, there is a way of solution. And that happens when you have the willingness to work upon. It's if you are depressed, we say, okay, embrace it, fine, go with it. That's okay, true. But beyond that, you also need to keep up a try on your hand to move from that state of mind. If you don't do that, then you are stuck there. So it's very, very important that it's okay to have whether however default you have within you, but if you are okay to accept and move on, that's where you become an unusual person and not that extraordinary stuff.
Thank you, Dani. Actually, the thing is, sometimes the people who are going through it, I think it's equally important for everyone to understand about the stigma. And I hope that, like how you've spoken about India changing, I hope that stigma also changes. And there's a question that I noticed this wonderful photo on your Instagram with late Dr. APJ Kalam. Can you talk about how that meeting came to happen and about your experience? How was that, meeting such a wonderful person?
As a child, my dad used to carry me on his hand, and we stand on the old airport road. And he says, because I'm very crazy about him, dad could not stop me. Like, I see his pictures, I keep listening to his talk. So one day he said, okay, come, let's go. And he stood there on the road. I was like so excited to see, as if he's going to show me. And he's like, see, that is his car. And he's going there. I'm like, this is what you call me for? Okay. But I embrace that moment, and that's how it started. And this is where I believe that, if you have, your life is what you make it. You had a thought, you had a desire to meet him, that made it happen. 1 month before his demise, he came to Raj Bhavan for one of the events, and I got an opportunity to meet him about 15 minutes of time. The beautiful, beautiful part that how much our old, how much our, factors of appreciation or honors we have in life, what really matters is humbleness. I was sitting there on at my wheelchair. Around me, many of his friends and many people were there, including my parents. I was waiting in a room. In front of me, there were two Korea doors. There were 2 rooms, and from the second room, he was walking and coming towards my room. And when he reached the mid of the room, he started to say, wave high. And I'm like always admiring to his eyes. And he again waved high. I'm still admiring at his eyes. He came down close to me and he said, I was waving hi at you. Don't you know how to say hi back? I was stuck for a minute. Truly, I did not say hi because I'm thinking that hi is to his friends who are standing next to me. Why would he say hi to an unknown person? But the beautiful part is just this, is humbleness. I know, fortunately, because of my awareness and society and all those things, I've met a lot of celebrities in my life. Not many, but a few. But everyone, I used to go there and say, this is me. But over here, he came down and told me, this is me. So that's where I kind of moved along that humbleness is what every person's richness, more than money or any sort of appreciation. He didn't have to say hi to an unknown girl, that too so short, who's never seen in that big room, but he saw me.
Yeah, so Lavanya, are you there? Lavanya? There is someone who messaged me on Instagram to attend the session, and she mentioned that she was quite emotional listening to your speech. I would like to ask Lavanya to ask a question directly to Danya. You're on mute, Lavanya.
Okay, can you hear me, guys?
Yes. What made you emotional? Did I make you cry?
No, you didn't make me cry. You just gave me goosebumps all across the speech. trust me, self-love is something that, as you told, you don't have to literally have a disability. Every person is disabled, and I concur with you like zillion times. And the way you spoke, it just went through my heart, and I literally had goosebumps. I'm still having goosebumps. I'm just like controlling myself.
Thank you so much.
So
You need to
just
thank
that's
Miraj.
what I wanted.
You need to
I'm
thank
sorry.
Miraj for pulling me here back. You need to thank
I
Miraj.
need to thank the whole team, and especially you, to take some part of your time and inspire us in such a way. You're great inspiration, and I hope we take some inspiration from you and do something for your community and the whole community as a whole. Thanks a lot, Dhani. You gave me goosebumps all across.
Thank you, Lavanya. Danya, I think we all face problems, but when we are ready to share our journey and inspire others and say that we have also been going through similar things in different ways, then others come out and share their stories on how they've overcome, or people are able to reach out these people and help them. So thank you, Danya, for a wonderful session today. I would like to quickly share my screen. Please forgive me about how bad it is. This is something I just quickly did. I don't know if it resembles you in any way, but then yeah. Okay, so I'll take a better picture. It's not dried. I will share with you. Thank you, Danya, for inspiring us, for being such an inspirational, wonderful person. I'd like to hand over it back to Toastmaster of the Day, Ashwini.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vandana, for such a beautiful, heart-touching question and answer session, and that wonderful painting that you did in that short period of time. With all this, I feel we could just take a drop from the ocean of experiences and knowledge from Danya Ravi. That's all I would like to say. It was definitely heart-touching and very inspiring, truly inspiring. Now it's time to quickly call upon our general evaluator for his report. Over to you, general evaluator, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ashwini. Now I will call upon the timer Akash to give his report on his observation. Over to you, Toastmaster Akash. Toastmaster Akash, are you there?
Sorry, I was on mute. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Here is my timer report. The general evaluation is evaluated to control by 5:21, and for the table topic speeches, here is the timings. First speaker, TM Lavanya Manjunath, took 1 minute 37 seconds. Second speaker, Asha, took 1 minute 16 seconds. Third speaker, TM Harsh, took 1 minute 28 seconds. Fourth speaker, TM Vinu, took 1 minute. Fifth speaker, TM Akash, took 1 minute 40 seconds. Next speaker, guest Alfonso, took 30 seconds. Guest Niveda took 46 seconds. Guest Muni took 54 seconds. TM Vandana took 2 minutes 4 seconds. TM Deepa took 1 minute 32 seconds. Guest speaker Danya Ravi took 49 seconds. And TM Joseph took 2 minutes 10 seconds. And yeah, that is the report for today. Over to you.
So that means all are qualified.
Okay, 1 minute.
It doesn't matter because I remember the guests are with less than the time given to them.
4 guests didn't.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Akash. It is just a chance given to them for speaking. It's wonderfully they are attempting it. It is a great privilege for given to them for attempt and also it is our privilege also. Okay, thank you so much. I will call my Toastmaster Venu, who is our counter. Toastmaster Venu, over to you.
Thank you, Joseph sir. Here is my counter report. First, I will take our President DTM Million sir. He didn't use any filler words in his entire speech. Coming to Joke Master Srinu Babu, he used ha 5 times and he repeated once. T-Mod Ashwini, he used 6 times, 1 time, so 4 times. And the repetitive words, as the used once, who used twice, that used once. And our general evaluator, Joseph sir, he used 1 times. And our timer, Akash, he is having challenge in using filler word he used more than 15 times. So used twice. And counter, Vinu used twice. Grammarian Srinu Babu used once, so twice, okay once, and like twice. Our listener Mayur used twice, so 6 times he used. And as a used twice in the, as a repetitive word. Toastmaster Sushma, she used once. And sorry, table topic master Sushma, she used once. Table topic speaker Lavanya, she used 4 times. Table topic speaker to Asha, she used only once. Table topic speaker Harsh, he used 3 times, so 5 times. And repetitive word sum used once. Table topic speaker Vinu used 5 times, 1 time. Table topic speaker Akash, he used 10 times. Table topic speaker 6 Alfonso used 4 times. Table topic speaker 7 Niveda Maria, she used 6 times and so twice. Table topic speaker 8 Muni used 8 times. So once, used once. Table topic speaker 9 Vandana, she used once. Table topic speaker Deepa, she used thrice. Table topic speaker Danya, she didn't use any filler words. Table topic speaker Joseph sir, he doesn't use any filler words in his table topic speech. And our speaker of the day Danya, she used twice. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinu, for that detailed explanation. Now, I would like to call the Toastmaster Srinu Babu for the grammatic analysis. Over to you, Toastmaster Srinu Babu.
Thank you, General Evaluator Joseph sir, and once again, good evening, rising Toastmasters and brilliant guests. Before starting my report, I want to give my deepest veneration to TMOD Ashwini for using the word of the day veneration, and also veneration towards keynote speaker for a plethora of words of usage. There are so many good uses by our keynote speaker Danya. There are very good usages. I want to just quickly finish it off in 30 seconds. Hobbyist, ample space, life liberating, magic truly happens, longing to reach goal, emphasized, heartwarming, divine time, believe in vision, resilient, goosebumps. These are the very good usages. Don't expect any grammar corrections from me. That's all. Over to you, Jimmy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srinu Babu, for your effortless, what I would say, analysis. I would like to call listener also so that I can wind up with other my own remarks. I will call Toastmaster Mayur for your report on listening.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for inviting me again. Good evening, Toastmaster and guest once again. So I hope you had a great meeting today and you have listened carefully throughout the meeting. As we have our keynote speaker, Dhanya, I am humbled and I had huge veneration towards her, how she spoke today and share her experience. So my first question is, which award Dhanya received in 2014?
National Award?
Wow Award. Wow Award.
No, in 2014.
Indian Foundation?
Yeah, something related to, you are missing two more words.
Indian Foundation Award.
It's annual Inspiration Indian Foundation Award. And she composed a fusion song in which 3 languages?
Tamil, Malayalam, and Kannada.
Great.
Tamil, Malayalam, and Hindi.
Okay, so can we confirm from Dhanya which 3 languages she composed her song?
Malayalam, Hindi, and Tamil.
Okay, that's great. Thanks a lot.
You also didn't listen properly, listener.
I was also thinking of the same.
Okay, so our what is the total strength of Toastmasters members currently? Any guess?
16,400.
No, I'm asking about members.
Three lakh 56,000.
3,64,000. You are close, sir. And one question from if any guest would like to say, where is a Toastmaster headquarter, or you would say, when did the first meeting? Where did the first meeting have occurred in? Where did it occur?
Was it Colorado?
YMCA.
No.
Yeah.
YMCA.
YMCA Santa
California.
YMCA California.
Inglewood.
And I would like to ask some question, not related to this, but what are your 2 takeaways from this meeting? So we had a very good keynote speaker today. So how was your experience, and what are the 2 things you would like to take with you today? Anyone?
What
Spread
may
love.
happen, love yourself. Love yourself.
Spread love.
What may happen.
Yeah. Spread love, love yourself.
There is power in you, no matter how small or insignificant you may feel
Power.
right now, and you have the power to make a difference.
Yeah, that's great. That's it from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator Joseph, sir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mayush, for your last question also is very impressive. And now I would like to come from evaluate the overall my attempts on some of the observations which I would like to tell in detail. Regarding the Sergeant at Arms, I would always used to say that the Sergeant at Arms is the one who starts the meeting. Therefore, you need more energy so that the followers will also have been upgraded into that energy while they are attempting their roles to take. So, Sergeant at Arms should improve his energy level. Coming to our great president, he is a wonderful orator, There is no doubt about it. And he has also given how he has come up in various stages of life during the Toastmaster journey as well as before the Toastmaster journey, and how he successfully overcome all the obstacles in his life, and he has given a explanation for that one. So he has become what is like in a Toastmaster, he is a role model, I would say, that one has to learn from him how to handle the obstacles and overcome it so that you will be a successful public speaker. And whatever the role you are playing as a leadership skill, everything you can learn because he himself is a role model and he is exactly taking all the words into actions also. Now, regarding Toastmaster Srinu Babu's joke, it is really interesting. Actually, the wife which pushed her, the husband is because she was not liking him. That is the one of the reason. But again, he brought a wealth for her, which is again a success, I would say. Toastmaster of the day, Ashwini, you have brought a very beautiful subjects of empowerment as well as good knowledge and all those things. It has really given a good subject for every speaker, and they spoke very well, except for one or two. I would say they have to improve. Some of the persons who are not able to speak well, I understand, but they have to improve so that they could, on continuous effort, everything will be done only through little bit of hard work, little bit of knowledge, push through it, and then you will be definitely successful. At the same time, I would like to say, the table topic, you have to understand what you want to speak. Unless you understand the subject, you cannot speak correctly. So for one of the question is how to you become what you believe. So here it is coming as a career. It is not your attempt or anything. It is a career. How you build your career, how you believed it so that you succeeded it. So that comes under a career. Now, as it is said that one of the table topic which is very funny and interesting, there is a nursery rhyme called Mary, Mary, how does your garden grow? So Deepa is one of the one who really explained the waiting of the garden to grow. So almost all the speakers are well spoken, and their attempts also I appreciate if they are not able to move forward, but still they can move forward in their next attempt. Now, coming to our great veneration to Danya. Danya, your smile, it's really great. The smile itself will conquer the whole world. That is what I could say. I have learned so many things what we are speaking. And if I sum up, I would say self-love and compassion for mental health and well-being, keeping depression and anxiety at bay. That is one lesson. Self-love means not settling for less than what you deserve. And self-love means having a high regard for your own well-being and happiness. So you have spread the message of love. If everyone starts spreading the message of love, the world never will have any hatred at all for their fellow human beings. Love is the ultimate. It gives you a great solace and a good friendship, and there is no hatred, there will not be no crime at all. That is the center of the message, that you spread love and you will not be hatred in the world. Today, as you said, the best teacher award goes to COVID-19 because it made people to learn themselves what are their mistakes also. At the same time, the physically challenged people and those who are not able to make every day their life, a hard life of going to their workplace and coming back. This is one of the opportunity they have gained, and thanking the COVID-19 for the opportunity given to them from work from home. In the end, I would say that you are really a role model for all the physically challenged people, because your message gives them a courage, a willpower to attempt anything. It doesn't matter what brings the result. It is only the attempt, and definitely your you are a role model, and your language definitely reached their goal. That is the great lesson we have learned, and I really, my humble veneration to you, although you are one third of my age, but still I put you in a high pedestal and I crown you of today's queen of our hearts. Now over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for such a detailed report that came straight from your heart. It definitely is one of the most awaited and the most memorable meeting of 2020. I would now like to hand over the stage to our distinguished presiding officer, Toastmaster Milind.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwini, for excellent session. I fully concur with you. The way what you said is the most eye-opening session which we had in our entire Toastmasters journey in Speech Weavers. It was just in early December when Toastmaster Dhania pinged me, wishing me happy Disability Day. And it occurred to me, why can't we have her? And she's so humble. It seems she has earned that humbleness from APJ Abdul Kalam. And she agreed. So at the late nights, we used to just ping each other and everything was finalized. That was beautiful. Kudos to her. Like Shakespeare had said, when he was talking about Cleopatra, her face will launch 1,000 ships. In case of Dhania, her smile and her humbleness can launch 1,000 hearts and can sing those hearts into her. So kudos to Dhania for coming and inspiring us at the eve of 2021. With this, we'll get thoroughly inspired and we'll change our outlook. And that also will help us to look for those cardinal principles which you highlighted. Love thyself first and then love others. And just whatever you want to do, you have the power to do. So those were the three messages which I really, from my bottom of heart, I thank you for attending. I'm sure each one of us today thoroughly enjoyed the way Toastmaster Joseph has highlighted it. So now it's time for our voting. Has the voting ring updated and everything is done? Can everyone vote? And in the meantime, we have a couple of guests. So may I request, we have a guest, Niveda, to just say a couple of words. How was her experience? And if she can unmute her video, we would like to have a look at her. Guest Niveda, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a problem on my camera. Should
No
I join
problem.
from another device?
Yeah, if you can, most welcome. So in the meantime, if you can join, more than welcome. Because we'd like to see, because I thoroughly enjoyed your table topic. We would like to know who is the star table topic speaker.
Just a minute.
Okay, okay. In the meantime, everyone, please vote on the voting link. So Vandana, you have updated the thing? Okay, yes, yeah. Akash, okay, sorry.
Yeah, the voting link is available in the chat box.
Okay, okay. In the meantime, anyone else, other guest, Asha can share her views. She has been attending our meetings quite often. So anything new which she found today? Is is Asha over there?
Yes, yes, Milan,
Yeah,
I'm
please.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
there's
ahead.
no power here for quite some time, and my charge is
Okay.
running low. That is why
Okay,
I've
okay.
switched off the video for
No
now.
problem, no problem. Okay.
So yeah, Danya, as usual, is very an inspirational speaker. Yeah, as you all said, her smile is the most winning part of everything. So and she's so inspirational. Just looking at her, no, we feel motivated. So I was really keen on coming on today's session, though I was a little busy. I just managed time to squeeze in for this also. It is really, I would miss an opportunity where I can meet and speak to Dhanya. She's a real inspiration. And she spoke also very well today. So apart from that, I could see that all the speakers were very, very good. All of them did their best. It was truly inspiring. This good forum for people to meet and learn from each other.
Absolutely. Thank you, Asha, for your suggestions, and we'll try to invite more and more people and make sure people can use this forum, especially in online sessions. It's very helpful. Thank you, Asha. And in spite of your busy schedule, you made sure that you joined today. Yeah, Niveda has joined, I think, no? Yeah, go ahead, Niveda. So how was your experience? You can share. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm sorry I'm unable to turn on my video because
No problem.
some technical issues. Yeah.
Okay.
So I enjoyed this session a lot, and it was I learned a lot that I actually just gave an attempt on speaking, and then I understand that I need to improve a lot, and I need to participate a lot more in these programs, and yeah, it was fun participating.
Great. And you have this opportunity to attend every Monday, same time on the same link. So make sure you attend regularly. And if you have any friends, you can invite them too also. So you'll also have a nice company. That's a great idea. And where are you from, Niveda?
I'm from Chennai.
Oh, great. Okay. Welcome. So doesn't matter now. Well, thanks to virtual meetings, and we'll continue for next till June at least. So you're most welcome to continue to attend. So you can block your calendar accordingly.
Yeah, sure.
We look
Thank
forward to you. See you. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So can we have the results now? Has everyone voted? Or you need someone needs any time?
Currently, 11 persons have voted.
Okay.
Shall we end the vote now?
Yes, yes, Akash, you can go ahead.
Okay. So we have now reached the most exciting part of the meeting, that is the results. So best supporting role goes to Presiding Officer DTM Milind. Give a big round of applause to him. The best role taker goes to Table Topic Master TM Sushma. Please, yeah, give a big round of applause for her. And the best auxiliary role player goes to Q&A facilitator TM Vandana. And the most the best table topic speaker goes to TM Lavanya Manjunath. Please give a big round of applause to her. Yeah. that is the resource for today. Thank you. Back to you, President.
Thank you, voting master, Toastmaster Akash. So with this epoch meeting which we had, I declare meeting number 592 as closed.